Paul wants his audience and us to know that our identity is anchored not in the do of the law, but in the done of the gospel. That's what he wants us to know. He wants us to know that the voice which says, just do it, has been out-volumed by the voice that says, it is finished. So Christianity should feel like my chains fell off, not I better not screw up. And for too many people, it feels like I better not screw up, rather than my chains fell off, my heart is free. And this alone frees us from the pressure to perform, this slavish demand to become. See, the gospel that Paul so thoroughly and eloquently defends and presents in this letter liberatingly declares that we already are. We already are loved forever. We already are forgiven fully and finally. Right now, we already are in with God because of what he's done. And that means that nothing we do or fail to do will cause God to change the way he feels about us. One of my favorite, absolute favorite Martin Luther quotes is this one: God doesn't withhold his promises because of our sins or accelerate his promises because of our righteousness. He pays no attention to either. I love that. That's not what I heard growing up. But it's true. Because of what Jesus has done for us, our slate is clean. Our God approves. We're in now. In now. Well, what does believing that do for your life? How does that change the way you approach relationships? How does it change the way you approach work? How does it change the way you approach everything? That's what Paul wants to make clear here. This going back under law that he's warning against is going back under this performance mindset, whether it be with others or with God. And he says that's just pure slavery. That's just absolute pure slavery, to fall back under this performance mindset that essentially says you are what you do, so you better do good, you better do it right. Your identity is anchored ultimately in your activity. That's slavery. We know that to be true. So here's the good news, and I'll conclude with this. Who you really are has nothing to do with you at all. It doesn't have anything to do with how much you can accomplish or who you can become or your behavior, good or bad, your strengths, your weaknesses, your past, what others think about you, your family background, where you went to school, the way you look. Your identity has nothing to do with you. Your identity is firmly anchored forever in Jesus' accomplishment, not yours. His strength, not yours. His performance, not yours. His life, not yours. So you are not what you do. You are, at your core, ultimately, you are what God has done for you. That's the whole message of this letter. And Paul is grieved, as he would be today. He is grieved at the fact that there is this performance mindset that has entered into the schema. And he's saying, don't do it. Don't fall prey to that. Don't believe it for a second. It leads to slavery. Know that you're in forever. You're free. So rest, relax, enjoy life. The pressure's off. The sweatshop is closed. Go home. Take a nap. It's okay.